Hello, and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Tonight, we are joined by Aisha Makara, and I hope I said that right.
Yes, you did.
Awesome! Or yay for me, because the pronunciation is not my friend. So, how are you this evening, Aisha?
Doing great. I'm actually in Lisbon, Portugal, Europe. We
Mm,
have like a 5 hours different from you guys.
wow. So, you are the world traveler.
Yes. I mean,
Now,
I do love to travel, that's for sure.
I'd love to hear more of those adventures. So now, Aisha, your story began in Mongolia, right? And spun over what, 60 countries?
Yeah, something a little bit more. I don't count them honestly. I just go. I just go.
I don't blame you. I don't blame. If I could do that, that'd be totally awesome. I wish I was bilingual, like I could have all those languages, but we just discovered that the pronunciation is not my friend. So now, with having all these countries under your belt, Aisha, tell me what home means to you.
Home is where my heart is, and home is where I am in the moment, and where when I feel it's just a feeling for me. Like it's not anymore a place. It's also a place from time to time, but it's more like about the feeling that I have. And for me, my home become Portugal. You know, Lisbon. I moved here first time like about 10 years ago. I first come as a tourist, backpacking, and I love backpacking when in my 20s, and I'm feeling like now it's a little bit different phase of my life. And at that time, I love traveling, backpacking. I did a lot of like solo trips, and I did the Camino de Santiago. And when I arrived to Portugal, I just fell in love. I just call it home. Like I
Hmm.
feel home here, and it's just so like warm, and it's just this family vibe. I just feel like being taken care of somehow by city, and city accepted me in such an amazing way, and I just feeling blessed. Honestly, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm a queen or something like that. I'm like feeling so rich. I'm feeling like so blessed. I'm feeling so like grateful, and I really felt so rich by living here. And and I started to do like real estate and many like real estate startups, and it was amazing time in my early 20s. And I'm just feeling like I left to United States after spending some 3 years here. I feel like United States is so spread, and the energy is
Mhm,
completely different. It's all about being self-centered,
mhm.
self-made, and this reality of go and get it. It's like very it's powerful, and at the same time it's tiring. It's
Oh,
exhausting,
yeah.
and like yes, I can do it. Yes. And eventually you come to the point that you don't have family, you don't have time, you don't
Mm.
have like you don't know, you don't develop so much about your emotional awareness about the things that matter. You don't understand what family actually is. A family idea is completely blurry and completely like lost. So for
Well,
me,
yeah.
like by traveling around America and actually live there for about over 4 years, I felt like lost, completely lost.
Mhm.
And so I arrived back to Portugal, and I'm feeling like, slowly picking myself in pieces together again. Very amazing to feel home again. It's different, of course, after COVID. Things happened, as things changed a lot in
Right.
Europe. I think everywhere, and general. I'm just feeling like this is where I feel home. I feel like more relaxed, more time I'm here. I'm feeling more relaxed, more like in my routine, more kind of like structuring the same time. Like family, all my friends is like my family, and I'm feeling like so much love here, and it's like
Right.
so much peace within myself. Yes, even I'm fighting, and I disagree with people here. I know they're my friends. I know that they love me so much. I just feel it. I don't know how to describe it with words. I just feel it here. and in Europe general. Even so, I grew up in Russia. I grew up like in very brutal, cold environment. So I get to leave that place in my, very early. I've been through a lot of different experiences in my life, and I'm just feeling like as explorer, as the person who loves to explore new places and just go and travel. I just, take a backpack. Sometimes, what I learned through my travels, I don't need anything. I just like the most important. I just have my passport and my toothbrush. That's it.
So you've basically lived a very beautiful nomadic life.
Yes, because you know what I learned? Like, I'd moved too many times in my life, like, stuff, it's always, you just storage the stuff, and after you go into the next place, and after you get to pick up that stuff. And I'm just feeling like every time, it doesn't matter where I go, the stuff is coming anyway. The
Mhm.
materialistic stuff is coming anyway. And you're decorating the place anyway. I don't know, like, how does it happen? And it just happened like natural somehow. You started to, produce things, and you do something, you create money, you like started to buy more stuff, and just people giving you so much stuff. So I stopped to kind of like be materialistic at all. Like I stopped to be
Mm.
attached to to the thing, and slowly I started to be disattached. I stopped to be attached to the people, and after I started to be even disattached from myself, from my own body, I just started to be
Mhm.
observer of the reality I'm living in, and started to explore what matters for me, what I want to create, because I started to understand life as a journey, and I have one life here, just in this body. So I get to be more aware what I want to create while I'm here. More deeper, I went that exploration because I achieved all my dreams. Like in my 20s, I already achieved all my dreams that I imagined when I was a child. I travel all the countries I want to go. I explore more than I even imagined myself. When I was 19, or like I just turned 20, I think, I was in New York, Times Square for the New Year, and on the rooftop restaurant where I was screaming like 59, 58, 57. And I was like, and I was saying, like, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. And because I achieved all the dreams already that I was dreaming to places I want to travel. And I already went on all these places. And when I come back to the reality, I was like, what's next? I didn't have other dreams prepared somehow. I was just going to
Mhm.
travel all these places. And I was like, in my mind that time, I was thinking, oh, it takes me all my life to go to all these places. And here I am at 20, went all these places. So for me, I feel like I'm a winner. I'm on top of the world, being orphaned and no parents, nothing, no money, no background, like no, let's say, nothing to say that you can do it. I just, my mind and my ideas that I can do it. Nothing can
Right.
stop me. It's just me. I don't need to do anything like, let's say, painful for my body as an adult. I always just can use my creative side of what I want to create, what I want to do. I was doing like real estate, construction, I've been like this commissioner, connecting people.
Right. You've
Doing real estate.
reinvented yourself. You've reinvented
Yeah.
yourself quite a few times, yeah.
And for me, it's like, I don't need, like, people say, like, oh, how did you do that? You're a woman, you're a beautiful woman. Yes, it's not easy to be a beautiful woman. It's not easy to travel solo when you some places. And it's great. You know what I do? I said, like, oh, my world is my family. It doesn't matter where I go. It's my family. And 90% of my time, I had a great time. Of course, shit happens, time to time. It's normal. Like, I'm just feeling like you don't need to be scary of the things to go and explore them. Just go and explore, and I'm just feeling the way you're going to react to all the things. Or you get to learn how to be as positive as possible, smile to the world, be grateful for the thing that you have and who you are. And I'm just feeling more, I'm working towards the gratitude and towards what I have, towards the people I'm surrounded by. I'm just feeling like everything is in a moment. We're
Right.
creating this magical moment of our life. I don't know why the things work the way they work. I just know that I'm creating it. I'm the powerful creator. I want that in my life. I want see myself in all these places. I want have amazing people around me. And before I'm going to create my own reality, I used to say to myself, what type of the reality I want to have? What type of
Mhm.
the space I want to create for myself? What safe, like how this space look like? How safe it is? It's safe. It's supportive. It's kind. It's like what in that space? How people feel? How I feel? And and I'm just started to kind of like work towards that. And when I started to create
Right.
that same space for myself, I learned how to communicate that with the world because I started to feel things better and I started to connect with my emotions and my feelings better. So by feeling safe, really safe within myself and practice that safety inside of me to understand that I am the creator of my reality, that my feelings matters, what I feel, it matters. I get to share it. That's just what I feel. And I started to kind of like communicate my feelings. By
Mhm.
communicating my emotions and my feelings, what I learned, not so many people like that. Not so many people aware of their own emotions. They don't want to creating, they're just stuck in their reality. They're just scary and they're working from the scarcity mindset instead to work from the abundance mindset. And I'm just feeling like I learned so many things through my travels about myself. It's all the same things, people working, study, doing exactly the same, just different languages, different culture. And it's just beautiful how culture influences us through the time, how the travels change us. Like by being so globally traveled, you learn so many things. First of all, about yourself and how much you can actually do. And I also learned one thing, like when I'm traveling, I don't spend so much money. I'm like,
Mhm.
it depends how you want to travel, It's like go to Asia, it's super cheap. It's super, super cheap.
Mm.
And like Europe is way more cheaper than America is the most expensive place to live in the
Oh, yeah.
world.
And even more so now.
Yes. And I used to say
Mhm.
to the people, I used to travel so much when I was living in Europe, and here I am in America. Yes, I travel, but I don't travel like just by work, by just doing
Mhm.
work project or something like that. Sometimes I have time to go somewhere for the weekend, but I don't have time to like travel like I was doing here. And so I was missing that side of my reality that I had here. So I started to realize my home is here, in Europe because it in Portugal was one of the like this feeling of family for me. That's why I felt like here home more. Like general Europe is my home. Like I'm just saying that travels change you, and more you're traveling outside of your comfort zone, outside of your country,
Mhm.
change your perspective of life. It makes you more humble what you have. It makes you more peaceful within yourself. And I'm just feeling more people would travel and experiencing things outside of the box, they will be way more kind to each other, more compassion, and feeling more um, connected to each other
Mhm.
and each other
So
like
would
differences.
you s would you say that the traveling for you has opened you up to even explore being an artist?
Yes, because my background is engineering. I was studying engineering. First, I was studying law, and after I changed to the engineering, the things is like I just learn as a young person who is going through the study, who decided to go to study and get education. Actually, it's good for you because it's shaping your mind. It helps you
Mhm.
later to understand the structure your life and the way that you want. So of course, I advise people to educate themselves and read a lot of books. Right now, education is so easy. You just go to different online programs or direction that you want to take. It's just all there. It's super easy and simple. So for me, like it structured my mind in the way that even when I went through my journey exploring me as a entrepreneur, I would say like an engineer and after entrepreneur by creating different businesses, different ideas, different things like like travel more, exploring more. I learned one thing that it's an artist way, I
Mhm.
just understood that I'm an artist by heart and I'm very creative the way I'm living my life and, imagining things for myself first when I decided to be an artist. So for me, I was doing my art here in Lisbon. I was doing in Norway as well. And I haven't done like so much. I was doing a little bit, maybe just like few pieces. And one day I just decided to do it more. And I started to create more and more. And one day I said, why not to be an artist for some time? I don't know, like just decided to go through that journey. Yes, it's a struggle, it's a lot of challenges. It's you suffering. At the same time, I said to myself, it's just me who I get to take care of. It's just me, myself, and I. It's not a big deal. If I get to crash, I'm going through some hard time. I can crash on someone's couch. I don't know for how long. It's just like accepting that because it's life. You get to accept all the journeys of and enjoy it. Enjoy the vulnerability, like access that vulnerable side of you as well. Understand that you're human. And the more we decided to be vulnerable and decided to go and explore our vulnerability. Yes, it's not easy. First time when I accessed vulnerability, it was so hard because I always was taking care of myself, independent, very like, in my own, very like bringing all these like things around me that I don't need anyone around me, you know? And
Mhm.
now I changed my perspective of the things. I said, no, I need people. I really need my people around me. I want to have a family who supports me, who loves me, who I can be vulnerable with, where I can say like, oh, I'm so tired. I cannot even right now go and make money, you know? And I don't have that energy right now to do that. And I learned one thing: in America, you don't have that time. People don't give you that time if you don't end up in a shelter somewhere. So I'm just feeling like here you have it. Your friends is giving you that space. You can stay in the places for sometimes to figuring out what you get to do or like work through. And they're very kind. They give you space. They give you food because it's a basic. For them it's like a basic, and it just abundance. And you learning. I also learned in America. It's like by being home free. It's like you. It's so much that the churches is helping you. Like you get to just go and look for the opportunities like that's there for you. It's also like other side of the reality. And when you discover all of that, it's just life. When you stop
Right.
to judge yourself to say like, oh, I've been on top of the mountains and now I'm like in the like somewhere in the ground smashed. It's okay. It's life. You get to learn how to pick yourself up and go and continue to live your dreams. That's not easy when your ego was smashed in pieces. And it's like it's okay because it's in my world. I just said to myself like not so many people accepting the real dreamers. Not so
Right.
many people will accept the dreamers and doers in the same time. That's what I'm experiencing. Me expressing my voice, me expressing my truth was painful. I learned one
Right.
thing. My voice is so powerful. I cannot say some things to some people. I can be killed.
Mm.
And I just learned that. And I started to go deeper in that exploration because that year of my life was a peace year. Every year I do intentions of the year. And I
Right.
remember I went, it was my peace year, and I decided like I don't want to fight. I just want to be in peace within myself. And I started to explore that side of the peace, and I understood, oh, all these peaceful people who wants to be in peace, who just creating a different reality where people can live in oneness and joy and abundance. And that's kind of my vision. Like I want everyone experiencing joy to the fullest and just be in that space of joy. That's why I creating joyful containers when I'm with other people. And I'm just
Right.
feeling like, why people don't do that? Why they're in a drama? Why they're in their darkness? Then don't want to get out of the light. It's so easy to do it. In my mind, it's just so easy. People get triggered, how's it triggered by you? They started to like thinking something, whatever they're thinking. And I just used to say to the people, listen, I'm just as humble and simple person as anyone else. I believe in the things that I believe, and I'm not just believing in that. I also create that. I do it. And what I also learned is like all these peacekeepers through our history, they didn't survive. They didn't live long life.
Right.
If you like the John Lennon or Martin Luther King or what's his name? The
Yes, Martin
all
Luther
the
King, yes.
Thank you. They're all these peacekeepers who had the idea of the peace, and they were able to communicate it with the world. World didn't like it.
Mm.
And that's why I was like, more with traveling. It's all the same. Everywhere the same. People paying taxes, people struggle, people doing, and metrics work in a way that they they want you to be scary. They want you to be in fear. And
Mm.
when you decided to face all your fear and decided be free from all these fears, be free from all these things that bonded you. Oh, what about mortgage? No, it's all it's always created to put you on a leash for years.
Yeah, you're speaking to someone who is in America now with the way things are, and yes, I would agree. A lot of things have led it to where we are put on a leash. There's not as freedom, and I think you being such a world traveler, and you said you're in Portugal now. How long have you been in Portugal?
Oh, right now, like 9 months. I mean, I came here
9
last year,
months.
but I was traveling, and again, I decided like I'm going to be here right now.
Right. Well, when I think a lot of things, when you're well traveled outside of the United States, I think your eyes are opened more to what a more peaceful life can be. I think here it is a lot more commerce, a lot more push that we have to achieve certain standards or,
Exactly.
yeah, or achieve a certain type of lifestyle, or
Hmm.
you don't have a life. You know what I mean? And you're completely right. America is the most expensive place I would think to live, hands down. And I think a lot of that makes our lives not peaceful, if that makes any sense. Um,
Anxiety. I learned
yeah.
about anxiety in America. I never had anxiety before.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it was so
I
new. It was so new for me. I was like, what is this? And someone told me, it's anxiety. Welcome to America. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
uh-huh,
wow. You really
and
feel it. It's really
yeah, but
something that
there's
you don't have it here in Europe.
yeah. Well, and there's a lot more. I mean, even in a regular period of time, I would say that there's a lot of that in America. This year is probably more so because things are even more certain, and I won't go into politics, but I'm sure as someone who is outside of the United States, probably see a lot of it and are probably surprised by a lot of it, like we are here. It's just overwhelming. I think
Mhm.
we've reached a time in our lives that peace would be a blessing to be able to embrace. Right now, I think as a whole, America is fighting to regain some kind of resemblance of what we thought we had. And not that rebirth can't be a new thing, but I'm not sure that peace is our forefront right now. You know what I mean? It seems like something that's non-existent for a lot of Americans right now.
Yeah, exactly. Think about all the distraction that we're going through, like all this
Mhm.
information that bombarding from all the sides. And that's what information we get to believe. That's why I used to say to the people, the best way to understand what's happening in the world, just take your backpack and just go explore
Mm.
and understand what's actually is happening. And it's just all manipulation, and they want you to keep in that loop of
Yes.
scarcity mindset. And people who really travels and like see other places and being around the world, they just choose to be there where they want to be. It's their choice. They
Mhm.
don't need to be in America. You have the opportunity to go and live in Europe. You have opportunity right now to live somewhere in Asia. Like the opportunities that we have right now, it's amazing. It's limitless. The things what's stopping us to do that, it's ourselves. Like
Mhm.
what's stopping me to move towards and just leave everything behind? Nothing, it's just myself. Because yes, reinvent yourself several times that I have done. I'm just feeling like when I arrived to America and I said to myself, this is my last place. I'm moving because I like to speak English. I don't want to, back to Europe again because I get to learn a new language and it's kind of tiring. And I just said to myself, I love to speak English, so I get to stay here. And after few years, I started to miss Europe so much. I was feeling like
Right.
I have. I started to miss the food, the culture, the history, like the family vibe, everything what I was experiencing here. I was just didn't. I understood that I didn't value. For me, it was kind of like normal. And
Right.
when I end up like being in during the COVID, and I understood that I don't have any friends, so I got to find a job that kind of provide that I can provide. I don't know when the COVID is going to finish. I was in such a vulnerable place. I couldn't fly back. Everything was locked down, and I'm feeling like I was lost completely. That's what I learned, that I get to have a friends, I get to have a family somewhere like that I feel safe. And after a while,
Now
I started to create that safe space within myself. So I don't need anyone, or I can be that one for myself.
now, am I mistaken here that you did create a book, kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
guidebook, Joyful Living Guidebook? Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, is this a lot of personal philosophy incorporated with your artwork?
Yes, correct. I'm
And
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, in my book I'm just explaining people about not explaining, I'm just sharing with people what it is joyful life from my perspective,
Mhm.
and I'm giving them options. I said it's just like a suggestions. Everyone can
Right.
create their own things, but some people can just use it as example in their life and just try some of them. For example, I have one of my chapters. I'm talking about joyful container, and I believe like by creating with someone that joyful container, you're creating that safe space, so the other person can also share whatever they get to share with you. And you can share whatever you feel like to share. So it's like a safe space for both people to
Mhm.
express themselves in a gentle and the same time vulnerable way, with a lot of gratitude and joy in the heart. Because I believe we can be disagree about some things. It's okay to be disagree. The thing is how you handle that disagreement, because
Right.
some people getting to the levels of when they disagree about something, just one thing, they agree about so many other things. And the particular focusing on that one thing, especially like in a relationship, from my experience, is like, why are you focusing on that thing when just so many other things you get to look at? That way
You've
you
been
agree and
very
you're happy.
you've been very blessed to find your success outside of wealth. You found your joy within your traveling, and that led to being able to illustrate that joy within art. And you found
Hmm.
your place of happiness and your peace. So I think your life in general has expressed a way for others to be able to reach for the same joyful and happiness.
Yes, I believe that too. I feel like we're all capable of being in that state of joy and happiness when we choose to. Yes, it's a practice because our brain or our mind, it's wired, it's programmed on the loop of the drama, on the loop of
Mhm.
the thinking negative and have that's like a patterns. When we consciously, not that's consciously, or like choosing be happy, choosing to be joyful, and just going through this day by day, one day you are joyful, you're going to be joyful. Nothing will stop you to live your best life because of something happened, some event happened or something like that. Because in my life, some hardships, when I went through some hardships in my life, it was not easy for me to pick up myself and getting on a stage and say like, do something or say something that I I I wanted to say, but it was a moment of my life when I couldn't show up for myself. I was there in the bed or crying or
Uh-huh.
being like very upset or disappointed. And I'm just feeling like now I don't have that time anymore. I said to myself, yes, I can be cry. It's okay to cry one day because I had expectations and I didn't meet that expectation, or I share with other person and he or she didn't have the same expectation. Okay, I can cry a little bit today for a few hours, I say to myself, and I'll go. I continue to live my life. My life is amazing. It's just like some event
And
happened.
I'm extremely happy that you were able to let that go and find your happiness. And for more people who are interested in learning even more about Aisha, we can go to aisha.today for her website. And I'll make sure I put the link in here when I get ready to redo out the links and everything. Aisha, you are a wealth of knowledge. I want to thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It was actually a very profound conversation. I really
No, more from me because I just got kind of swept away listening to you. I didn't even look at my format here for questions. I was like, and then you could see that I got tongue tied over words, which isn't hard for me, trust me. But I'll make sure I crop that little bit out. But I thank you so much for being with us. I mean, you are a wealth of knowledge, and I'd love to have you back where we can maybe even focus more on the artwork that you're able to create.
Sure, sure. I'm open to be again in your podcast whenever you have time again for me so I can be present and give
Wonderful.
more wisdom, share more wisdom with you guys.
Wonderful. I would love that because I could just sit here and just be like, "Hey, she's running the show today." Well, thank you so much, Aisha. I want to thank our listeners. Until next time, bye bye for now.